We'll move from the Freedom and we'll move to the next team we'll talk about, the LA Knight Riders, and we'll talk about their squad first. And with that squad, again, a lot of big names of the overseas, a lot of names we know, the Dre Russes, the Sunil Narayans, Lockie Ferguson. But when we talk about the domestics, there are also a lot of names a lot of people recognize. Ali Khan, one of the most recognizable names on the associate circuit. Chand, probably the biggest signing, or made the biggest splash when he came over here from India. And then you still have the Saif Badars of the world. Jaskar Malhotra, of course, with the world record at batting where he did, 6 sixes. And he's the only keeper on the squad. So you just have to imagine he's going to play every single game. Shadley Van Skalkwyk, they took him very late, but I think that's probably, for me, that was probably the steal of the draft outside of maybe Saiteja Mukamala, just because of the value you get with both bat and ball and the kind of different roles he can fill. This is a guy who would bat in tough situations for Seattle and then bowl in tough situations and thrived in those situations. The big match player. You have Nitish Kumar, who we love, is fantastic, great wrist. Can work the ball in really any direction.
Absolutely.
And then they added Cornet Dry in the 5th round, which I thought was a fantastic pick. Again, a little bit different flavor than Shadley. He's hits the deck a little harder, gets a little bit more bounce, more of a bowling all-rounder. And then they got two of the best youngsters in the draft. They go Ali
excited
Sheikh.
About both of these
They
guys.
go outside the under-23 round to get Ali Sheikh, and then they go in the under-23 round and then get Bhaskar Yadram. So we were talking maybe these are the two best under-23s in the draft, and they pick up both of them. So this squad, from a domestic point of view and from that overseas point of view, looks very strong. But we've seen teams look strong and then just not have the combinations work. And so that's where we kind of jump in to the 11. So I had the luxury or the honor of making this 11 here for the LA Knight Riders. And for the LA Knight Riders, my 11 goes as follows. I had Jason Roy and Unmuk Chand opening the batting. I thought that was really a no-brainer for me.
Nice one.
Get those two right-handers out there. Jason Roy, of course, leaving his ECB contract to come here. You're not going to not let him open the batting. He's so destructive up there. I went with Nitish Kumar at 3, and I think an argument could be made to move him down the order. I think you can also talk about Saif Badar at 3 as well, but I go with Nitish Kumar just because of the draft, where they drafted him. I think that plays a factor into this as well. Also just phenomenal with the bat in hand. Then Martin Guptill at 4. That feels kind of like locked down for me. Such a good striker of the ball, can kind of carry in innings. Then you have the firepower. You have Dre Russ coming in here. I went with Dre Russ there at the 5 position. I go Jaskar Malhotra, who's going to keep wicket. And I can see the argument to maybe move him down under Sunil Narayan just to give him the kind of big hitting role that he has grown accustomed to in the international circuit. But Sunil Narayan comes in, and he's going to give you he's going to give you his full quota with the spin. Not sure if Dre Russ is going to bowl, and that's why I've gone with Shadley Van Skalkwyk sitting there at number 8. And it's because that option of, well, do you need that third pacer? And I do think he's going to be the guy to bowl a lot. I'm not sure if we're going to see a lot of Andre Russell, running in and bowling. Go with Lockie Ferguson. He's going to hit 150. You already said it. If you're bowling 150, you're bowling in this competition. Then moving to Adam Zampa, got to get another spinner involved. And Ali Khan, again, quick, one of the biggest names, and if you get a chance to put a pace bowler as a domestic, I think you got to take it. I almost consider putting in a guy like maybe Ali Sheikh at number 8 just because it gives you another flavor of spin, but the fact that Dre Russ, I'm just not sure if he's going to bowl. That's why I go with Shadley, and like we said, Saif Badar sitting, Bhaskar Yadram, Ali Sheikh, Cornet Dry, and they also picked up Gajanan Singh, so this is a team that if you want to add another left-handed bat, they got 2 in the mix right now in my 11. You can, of course, throw that in.
Yeah, I really like this team. Obviously, I just mentioned that every team kind of is lacking something, but this team gives you a lot. I like the inclusion of Shadley at number 8 because I think after him you're kind of a little bit stranded. Lockie can knock it around for sure. But after that, your 9 10s or your 10 and 11 or 11s. So I like Shadley at 8 because if you have a struggle, you can pinch him up a little bit, and we know he can play. He can stick around a while, and we also know he can go when he needs to. To me, what the Washington's domestic strength, one of their Washington's domestic strengths was the number 3. How they had 3 options. Shujish Gowda, Saad Ali, and
Mukhtar Ahmed.
Mukhtar Ahmed. Thank you. So this team's version of that is that they got Shadley, Bhaskar, and Cornet Dry. who could all play in that position, and you're going to get good value. Each of them's going to give you something slightly different. Bhaskar is pretty much a straight up all rounder, maybe even a batting all rounder.
Yeah.
At this particular level, but Cornet, Shadley's a pretty even all rounder at this level. I think more of a bowler, but Cornet's more of a bowler who can hit, who can clean hit a little bit. So, but I think with this team after that 8 spot, that's why I think you got to put a balanced player like Shadley in there. But I would switch. There's a couple of changes I would make to yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would probably put Narain at number 6.
Yep.
And I might even put him at number 3. And I might even put Narain at number 3 and move Nitesh back, or you have the option to play someone. If you do that, you have the option to play someone else for Nitesh.
Sure,
if
you
want
Bhaskar Yadram, who maybe is a little bit more accustomed to coming.
It's Bhaskar Yadram gives you one more hitter at the end.
Sure, absolutely.
But this team has so many big hitters.
Yes,
they have so many big hitters and big scorers that Shadley spot I think is important, because once you get to there, you're going to need someone to hold up the dam. But I might put Narain at 3, just so he's batting in the power play.
Yeah, absolutely. Again,
we know he can do it.
Gives you that lefty up there as well.
Gives you that lefty right.
He's done it before. He's batted up top the order. I think there's plenty of options here, and honestly, I kind of like that in an 11 where you have fluidity, where you know, okay, well, I can swap this guy in this role.
Sure.
There's not a lot of guys here where you say, oh, well, they have to play here.
Sure.
Like, Martin Guptill's great at 4, but if you move him to 5, he's still going to execute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's a Sunil Narayan, he's great at 3, but he can play at 7, 6, 5. He can play at really any position. So I think that's the beauty of this team, that there's so many options that you can do. As we just mentioned, there's not a lot of teams you can do that with, where you say, hey, you can take your number 7, put him in there at number 3, and he can still function.
Yeah, and now that I think about it more, Nitesh Kumar is valuable on this team in the 11, because you got 8 spinning overs locked up with Narain and Zampa.
Yep.
And can imagine a better duo. It's hard to. But if you want to go more spin, Nitesh can definitely give you that.
Yeah, he can give you that as well. So it gives you another flavor, another option, again, if you want to use it.
One-time captain of Canada.
Sure.
A buddy of ours. I don't know about you, but I've had a few great conversations with the guy. I love him. It's amazing that we got him here in the USA right now. It's a tremendous thing. But yeah, this team looks. It's got some firepower. This team has some firepower. And then Ali Khan and Lockie Ferguson.
I mean, again, that's a dream come true, and the real meat of it. Because, again, you have 2 guys that Ali Khan, he's just a USA legend. And Lockie's going to hit 150. And to see those 2 kind of work together and see how they're 2 different guys, too. I think Ali Khan a little bit more slingy. He's going to be fuller in length. And Lockie's more of the old school, I'm a thumper.
Gracious.
That's kind of what the two are.
He's got puts together some great combos.
Sure.
Like
he feels like a boxer, doesn't he? He's gonna throw you a couple jabs, and then boom, the hook's gonna come in.
Right. He gets you looking for one thing and hits you with the exact opposite.
Sure.
He's just. I can't wait to see. I want to. When they're hitting the net, when they're bowling in the nets, I'm gonna be like glued to that net. I'll be far enough away where I don't get hit. But yeah, and then you got Riley Rousseau on the bench.
Yeah, again,
tremendous.
There's so many options here, and I think that was, I was looking at It's Called Cricket 11 too after I made mine to see how it compared. And the one change that they made, Martin Guptill was out of the 11 and Riley Rousseau was in, and you could definitely see that change being made.
Right. You could easily. I just think marketability of Martin Guptill, of Jason Roy. I think these overseas almost write themselves.
Yeah.
I don't really see them budging from this particular list of 6 overseas, but they do have options. If they need another lefty, Rousseau can go in. If they need a left, this is one thing they really, really kind of lack, is a left-arm fast bowler.
Yeah, Spencer Johnson.
Spencer Johnson can come in. And we know, lefties domestically work out so well in the USA. Obviously, in T20 cricket, you'd want to have a little bit of everything. That's the one thing that I think they're missing.
Yeah, no, they don't have that lefty bowler, and so to bring
unless you bring in Spencer, but who do you sit?
Right, and so then you'd have to sit almost a Lockie Ferguson, or do you risk Sunil Narayan, right? So there's a lot of questions.
I don't think you can sit. I think Sunil Narayan's in this team.
It's an interesting conversation to have, and again, we're all speculating because we're so close to Major League Cricket starting. We can't wait to no longer be speculating and see what these 11s look like.